In the heart of Nobi, where the red earth kisses the feet of the villagers and the air carries the scent of ripening palm fruits, there lived a man whose name echoed with reverence, Mazi Izuku Oba, known for his flourishing palm oil trade and his heart as vast as the skies. He was a man who believed wealth was only meaningful when it lifted others. But on a stormy day, under the relentless downpour of rain, on a lonely road, Mazi Zuchukwu's life took a turn that no fortune or foresight could have prepared him for. As the rain battered the roof of his modest car and the windshield wipers fought a losing battle, he saw him, a frail elderly figure, standing on the roadside, drenched and ignored by passing motorists. In that fleeting moment, Mazi made a choice that would alter the course of his destiny forever. Unbeknownst to him, he was not merely stopping to help a stranger. He was about to encounter a force that would bless his family with unimaginable wealth and a heavy secret. This is a tale of compassion, sacrifice, and the weight of generational legacy, a story that reminds us all that sometimes the greatest test of our character come in the most unimaginable form, and it begins on a rainy road where an act of kindness unlocks a legacy that will span generations. Mazi Izuchukwu Oba was a man loved by all his village of Nobi. Known for his generous heart, he lived a modest life with his wife Nkechi, their son Onyema, and two daughters, Ada and Ugochi. His wealth stemmed from his flourishing palm oil plantation and his endless compassion for those in need. Every time someone knocked on his door seeking help, Mazi never turned them away. One fateful day, while traveling to Port Harcourt to meet a client, the skies opened up and heavy rain began to pour. As his car navigated the slippery road, Mazi spotted an elderly man by the roadside, drenched and waving desperately for a lift. Other vehicles zoomed past without a glance, but Mazi's heart couldn't allow him to drive on. Against the discomfort of the rain and the delay it might cause, he stopped. The elderly man, frail with a bent back, clutched a wooden walking stick. His face was wrinkled, yet his eyes gleamed with something mysterious. "Where are you headed, Papa?" Mazi asked, rolling down the car window. "To Elele village," the old man replied. Though it meant an hour's detour, Mazi smiled and said, "Hoping, sir." He stepped out into the rain, getting soaked, to help the old man into the car. As they drove, the old man broke the silence with a peculiar tune and said, "You are a kind man, Izuchukwu. Do you know what kind of rain is falling today?" Mazi chuckled and said, "Rain is rain, Papa." And the old man said, "No, my son, this is a rain of abundance. I only come to earth once every century to bless the one who passes my test of kindness." Mazi, though puzzled, listened. The tests are simple but rare. Kindness, compassion, patience. You have passed them all. Now, I bless you with wealth that will last for generations. But the old man paused, looking deeply into Mazi's eyes, and he said, "This blessing comes with a condition. It can only be transferred to a male child. If your family lacks a son, the wealth will return to where it came from. And no woman should know about it. If not, the wealth will roll back, be it your daughter your sister, or even your wife, you should not share it with them. So, as they were talking, the car pulled into Elele. The old man got out, raised his hands to the skies, and blessed Mazi with words so profound they echoed in his soul. Then, in a blink, the man was gone. Following that day, Mazi Izuchukwu's business flourished beyond his imagination. He invested in oil and gas, real estate, and international ventures that took him to Europe, America, and Asia. People marveled at his success, but Mazi kept the encounter with the old man a secret. When his health began to decline with age, he gathered his family. His son, Onyema, stood tall and proud, eager to step into his father's shoes. I am passing the torch to you, Onyema, Mazi said one evening as they were discussing in the garden in their compound. But remember, the key to this wealth is having a son to carry it forward. Onyema nodded, confident that life would grant him this wish. As years went by before Mazi passed on, Onyema married Chioma, a graceful woman with a soft smile and a sharp mind. They were blessed with two daughters, Adobe, a bubbly toddler, and baby Amanda. Though he loved his daughters dearly, Onyema grew restless as years passed without a son. Chioma, his wife, comforted him, saying, "The girls are blessing too. Let's have faith." Over time, the couple was blessed with three more daughters, Ngozi, Ijeoma, and Ujunwa. Their household was filled with laughter, but Onyema couldn't shake off the nagging thought of the family's legacy. Years later, tragedy struck. Onyema was diagnosed with prostate cancer. The news shook the family to its core. The once vibrant and ambitious man grew frail, his dreams of fathering a son now impossible. One evening, as Onyema lay in bed, he called Chioma to his side. "My love," he whispered, "I have failed my father's legacy." Chioma held his hand, tears streaming down her face. "Don't say that. You have given this family everything. Our daughters will continue to shine." But Onyema knew the curse loomed. He feared what would happen when he was gone. It was an ordinary afternoon in Onyema's family compound. The air was heavy with the quiet tension that had hung over the household since Onyema's illness worsened. Chioma was in the kitchen preparing soup while the children played outside. Onyema sat on the veranda, his thoughts clouded with regret and worry about the future of his family's wealth. Suddenly, a sleek black car pulled into the compound. A beautiful woman in her late 40s stepped out, her flawless skin glowing under the sun. Beside her was a tall, handsome young man in his late 20s, dressed sharply in a suit. His demeanor exuded confidence and sophistication. Chioma, noticing their arrival, came out to greet them. "Good afternoon. How may I help you?" she asked politely. "We are here to see Onyema Izuchukwu," the woman said, her voice calm but firm. Chioma, a little puzzled, called for Onyema, who shuffled out of the house slowly. His once robust frame was now lean and fragile. He eyed the visitors curiously and said, "I am Onyema. Who are you and why are you looking for me?" The woman smiled warmly, her eyes softening as she said, "It's me, Onyema, Nene Oji." At the mention of her name, Onyema froze. His mind raced back to his youth, to memories of the woman he had loved deeply before she disappeared without a trace. Nene, he whispered, his voice shaking. Is it really you? Yes, she replied. I'm here, Onyema. I'm married now and have 4 children, but I've come here because there is something you need to know. She gestured toward the young man standing beside her. This is Onyema Jr., my son and your son. The words hit Onyema like a thunderbolt. He staggered back, his hands trembling. My son, he stammered, struggling to process the revelation. Nene explained. After my parents and I relocated to America, they discovered I was pregnant. Because of their beliefs, they wouldn't let me abort the baby. They supported me through the pregnancy, and my mother raised him while I continued my education. He's grown now and is a medical doctor. He's always wanted to meet his father, so I brought him here. Tears streamed down Onyema's face as he turned to the young man, who stood silently, his eyes filled with emotion. Onyema reached out and embraced him tightly. My son, he cried, my son, God has answered my prayers. His loud cries drew Chioma and the children out of the house. The entire family watched in awe as Onyema held onto his newfound son, his frail body shaking with joy. Over the next few days, Onyema Jr. stayed with the family, quickly forming bonds with his half-sisters and stepmother. Despite the initial awkwardness, Chioma welcomed him warmly, grateful for the joy he brought to her husband. During one of their private conversations, Onyema poured out his heart to his son. I thought my legacy would die with me, he said, but now that you are here, I feel at peace. Onyema Jr. assured him, saying, Papa, I will do everything to honor you and this family. As Onyema Jr. settled into the family dynamic, he brought a sense of hope and renewal. He quickly acquainted himself with his father's business empire, meeting with managers and learning the intricacies of operations. His medical background gave him a disciplined and analytical approach to problem solving, which impressed everyone, especially Onyema. One evening, as the family gathered for dinner, Nene announced that she would be returning to the US in a few days. My duty was to bring him to you, she said, smiling at Onyema. Now that you've reconnected, it's time for me to go back to my family, she said. Onyema held her hands and said, Thank you, Nene. You've given me a second chance to live. You will always have a place in this family. The night before she left, Onyema gathered his family together, including his daughters and Chioma. He spoke from the heart, saying, Life has taught me that no matter how much wealth you have, it is the love and unity of family that truly matters. I was blind to this in my pursuit of preserving our legacy, but now I see that legacy is not just wealth, it's the values we pass down, the kindness we show, and the love we share. Onyema's health continued to decline, but his bond with Onyema Jr. grew stronger by the day. The young man had become a beacon of hope for the family. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and orange, Onyema summoned his son to his room for a private conversation. Onyema was seated on his bed, his frail body propped up by pillows. Junior pulled up a chair beside him, his face filled with concern. Junior, Onyema began, his voice weak but deliberate. There is something you must know. It's a responsibility that now falls to you. Junior leaned forward, his brow furrowed. I'm listening, Papa, he said. Onyema took a deep breath, his gaze fixed on his son, and he said, Many years ago, my father, your grandfather, had an encounter with a mystical old man. This man was no ordinary stranger. He was sent by the heavens to test my father's kindness, patience, and compassion. Because your grandfather passed the test, he was blessed with generational wealth. But there was a condition. The wealth could only be inherited by a male child. If there is no male heir, the wealth will vanish as if it never existed. Junior's eyes widened in shock. Male child? What happened if Onyema raised a hand to stop him? There is more. The secret must never be shared with anyone outside the lineage of male heirs. Not your sisters, not your mother, not even your wife when you marry. The moment the secret is revealed to anyone other than your son, the wealth will leave the family and everything we have built will be lost. Junior sat back, his mind reeling, and he said, Papa, why would the blessings come with such a condition? Onyema's voice softened. It is not for us to question the divine. It is a blessing and a gift. That's why I've always prayed for a son. And why your arrival is a miracle. You are the key to continuing our family's legacy. Tears welled up in Junior's eyes as he took his father's hand and said, I promise, Papa, I will honor this legacy and protect the secret with my life. Onyema nodded, a faint smile crossing his lips. That is all I needed to hear. Now, go and make this family proud, he told him. A few months later, Onyema's health deteriorated. Despite the best efforts of his medical team, he passed away peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by his loved ones. His last words to Onyema Jr. were, Take care of them and live a life of integrity. After the burial, Onyema Jr. fully stepped into his father's shoes. Though young, his leadership skills and moral compass won the trust of the board members and employees. He ensured his half-sisters were given equal opportunities, setting up funds for their education and future endeavors. Chioma, though grieving, found solace in the family's newfound unity. After some years, as Junior continued managing the empire, he met and fell in love with Adanne, a lawyer who specialized in business law. She was intelligent, kind, and driven qualities Junior admired deeply. Adanne quickly became a pillar of support, helping him navigate the complexities of the business world. Years later, after their marriage, Junior and Adanne had a son, Onyema III. Junior was overjoyed, knowing fully well that the family legacy was secure. Thank you for watching. This is where our story ends. But before we end it, let's look into our moral lessons. Kindness pays off. Mazi Izuchukwu's act of kindness toward a stranger brought him blessings he could never have imagined. Helping others selflessly is always rewarded, even if it takes time. The true meaning of legacy. While wealth is important, the greatest legacy you can leave behind is love, values, and integrity. Unity in diversity. Despite the unconventional circumstances of Onyema Jr.'s arrival, the family's acceptance of him shows the power of forgiveness, understanding, and unity. Cherish every moment. Life is unpredictable. Mark the most of the time you have with your loved ones and leave no room for regrets. A father's role. A father's duty is not just to provide, but to inspire, teach, and nurture values that will outlive him. Responsibility comes with privilege. Wealth and power are not privileges. They come with responsibilities and often burdens that require wisdom and discretion. Sacred trust must be honored. Some secrets are more than mere information. They are sacred trust that define the future of a family or a community. Family bonds are strengthened by trust and love, even when faced with secrets or challenges. Prioritizing love and unity ensures the family remains strong. Miracles can come in unexpected ways. Onyema Jr.'s arrival proved that blessings can manifest in ways we least expect. This concludes our story. Thank you once again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Share to all your family and friends, and also touch the bell button so that you will be notified each time we put out new video. Subscribe for more stories with powerful life lessons. Please and please subscribe to help us grow our channel. And please don't forget to leave your comments, your question, or even your suggestions in the comment section.